Welcome back to the design studio. Take a look at the images on the screen. Some are good, some are bad, some are, a little off, right? One of the easiest things that you can do to make your yard pop, like why some yards are easy to read and why some are just kind of like what's going on there, is something I want to teach you today called the invisible boundary rule. It's an incredibly easy thing to do. Anybody can do it, and I'm going to show you how. Let's get into it. Edges are one of those things that a lot of people don't think about, but I will tell you, your eye notices when things are off immediately. One of the easiest things you can do to simplify and make your yard look professional, designed, and beautiful is working on the edges. So with the invisible boundary rule, all of this is going to come together, and it's going to be literally like 80% of any kind of problem in most yards can be fixed with this little rule. It's amazing. First, I want to show you some images that are a little off, landscapes that need some help with this rule. Then we're going to get into some that are excellent examples of how to define spaces. And then finally, I want to take one of those bad images, and you and I are going to go into the software and we're going to show what it would look like to apply this rule to make that space completely different and make it jump off the page. This is going to be a good one. Let's get into it. All right, starting off, let's look at a couple different examples so that we can train your eye to know what doesn't work and then get into the good stuff. So the first thing is blurry edges between lawn and beds. As you can see here, we have got some nice mulch, got a beautiful bed, and then we have this decorative gravel. Now, I know I'm being picky here, but the truth is this grass over time is gonna bleed into this rock. Right now it looks good, but because there's no edge here, it is gonna get messy, it's gonna get confusing, and it's gonna start to look off. Definitely one of those things your eye is going to spot later. Next thing would be inconsistent or mixed edging styles. So this is more about materials, right? We have this stone here, but then it almost looks like a poured concrete along here. And then you've got the flagstone here. Things are falling into the flagstone. It's getting kind of messy. The point is, when you have inconsistent materials, it jumps that much more, especially when you've got mulch and it starts bleeding into the bed. So you want to stay on top of one material or one color theme to make it blend and look better. Next, like I said, I'm being a little picky here, but I just see these things and they're a little off when we're talking wavy, accidental edge lines. So as you can see here, edges should be confident. The lines shouldn't wobble around. They should be a nice, continuous, clean, smooth flow. And I'm in the way of the part that you can see it. So right here, it's kind of coming in, and then it looks a little jagged right here, and then it cuts over. I just think about the lawnmower, I think about over time and just how that's going to look if you look at it from different angles. So you want things to be a little bit more elongated and smooth. And then finally, this is a very extreme example, obviously, which we're gonna get into this one. No edging at all, okay? So the edging here was actually supposed to be done by these retaining walls because you got a hillside, but then you could see the concrete steps, all the grass is bleeding in, this bed has gone. Obviously, this has just had its day, I know, but when you have no edging, this is the kind of stuff that starts to happen. All right, now let's look at some good examples and let's learn those nuances that make up the invisible boundary rule. So the first thing is crisp, continuous edge lines. As you can see, this is a very nice, soothing, flowing edge line. And what I like about this one with that decorative gravel versus the other one is you see how there is an actual edge material that separates the gravel from the lawn. Even though this material is metal and this one is stone, because the lawn blades come up, you're not really gonna see that. So I'm actually okay with that because I don't like to mix up materials because it starts to look a little hodgepodge, but this is pulled off perfectly. Next one, we've got consistent edging material throughout, which I just kind of harped on. But here's the edging material here. It doesn't always have to be a stone edge like those blocks that are set in mortar or a metal edge. I'm not a big plastic edging guy, but this one is actually done out of the hardscaping. The pavers are the edge for 90% of this design. You can see it contains the bed, it defines it, it makes it pop. It looks absolutely fantastic. I'm a big functional hardscape kind of guy. I love to start with the hardscaping and then do minimal on the planting. It's just kind of my design style. I find that it works for a lot of homes, a lot of people's lifestyle. Who wants to go out there and weed and prune bushes and stuff all the time, right? Next one we have, and this is kind of similar to the last one, confident simple curves or straight runs. So when you have a straight run, that's usually a more linear, modern style home, okay? But in this case, even though this is linear, we wanted to create some big curves because it's a big corner lot with the grass. So by having this one beautiful sweeping continuous line that goes boom through the hardscaping like an invisible line and bam around that other tree, we're highlighting those focal points. Anytime you do curves, a little bonus tip, make sure you have purposeful curves. So if you're gonna pop it out around a focal point, a tree, a boulder, a pot, maybe even a little water feature if it's in the backyard especially. So make sure you have those clean continuous lines. And then finally, this is the big one of this video, edges that frame spaces like rooms. A lot of people think that a room is going to be one of those outdoor structures that's maybe attached to the house and it's got the big, you know, it's either a lean-to or it's gable style. It's got the ceiling fan and the fireplace and the TV. That's not always the case. This actually, let me move myself out of the way, is framed like a room because everything is edged. Everything has got something. As you could see a little bit right here, we've got some stone edging, but the color goes off of this. So everything is contained. And now this space that was once a yucky hillside feels like a room. This is a fire pit destination. It's a coffee lounge. It's a place to read a book, right? So I absolutely love the invisible boundary rule because it cleans up spaces tremendously. It is the key to why some spaces are easy to read and some aren't, and why some look designed and professional and some look like, where do I even start? That's the kind of stuff that most designers are gonna see that can clean up 99% of it. I mean, I said 80 earlier. I think it's almost like a guarantee. It's the biggest thing that you can do is cleaning up spaces. If you need help with that, by the way, go check out the pinned comment below. I design all over the country. We do projects in the St. Louis and Illinois area, and I'd love to help you. It would be fantastic. Now let's get into the design where we're gonna take one of those images, we're gonna clean it up, we're gonna use the invisible boundary rule and make it look awesome. Let's go. Okay, so let's get up the nuances of the invisible boundary rule. We've got crisp, continuous edge lines, consistent edging material throughout, confident, simple curves or straight lines if it's a different kind of design, a modern design, which this one is not. And then edges that frame spaces like rooms, which is the biggest of this one. So this is the image that I want to focus on. Obviously you can see this guy is, sorry, it doesn't want to help me in this software. It needs a lot of work. It's just one of those things where over time, if you don't take care of something, you don't take care of the edges, this can happen, right? So let's show how we would lay this space out for our clients. This is actually a project we did in DePere, Missouri last year in the fall. And I got to tell you, it turned out absolutely beautiful. And I'll lead to that in a minute. But here's how I want to lay it out. So this is inside the 3D design software. As you can see, when you do a 3D plan, which is a lot different than just a pretty image, like there's a lot of AI softwares out there that can put together a beautiful image, but you'll notice they're always on flat ground. It's not quite there for elevations, knowing all materials, knowing how to budget. Like there's so many things that go into something like this. This is why you get a pro, right? So what I want to show you is when you get a plan, you have lighting options, you've got a plant guide, you've got the layout, it shows measurements, it shows how everything is going to be spaced out. So going off of our invisible boundary rule, a clean, crisp edge is very obvious here, where the space is defined with retaining walls. And then along this beautiful continuous curve, there actually is stone, which contains that mulch and separates it from the lawn. The biggest key is separation so that those spaces are easy to read, right? So here's the above. You can see we created kind of a cool fire pit patio where you could read a book, you could have a cup of coffee, you can entertain, and then the transition coming down. So here's what this looks like inside the software, which we alluded to earlier with the picture, but you can see that everything is contained. All the edges are now separated from the lawn and everything is essentially contained with hardscaping material with retaining wall blocks. So retaining wall blocks actually can be an edging material. It's not just stone, it's not just pavers, it's not just black steel edging or anything like that. You can use hardscaping materials, which we do a ton of. Now this space is clean, it's functional, it's absolutely a blast to go and hang out with. I've been down there a couple times, and I even shot a video that shows this thing in real life. So as you can see with the 4 different nuances, every single one of them is pretty much checked off with this guy, and this is how you can lay something out that works. So if you want to go see this project in real life, which is awesome, go check out this one right here. If you want to stay in the design studio and learn another design technique that could help you with your front or your backyard, go check out this one right here. And if you need help, if you need a pro to look over something, I do design consultations and actual designs like this, full-fledged plans, go check out the pinned comment below. This is Bobby K saying creation is everything, so go out and create. Had a great time with you. Thanks for being here.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't